Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
This is Lindy Gabriel from Gabriel and the Apocalypse, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather. As always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a privilege to welcome back Miss Lindy. She is the vocalist of Gabriel and the Apocalypse. Gabriel and the Apocalypse is set to release their new album, Alpha Bionic, April 12th via Pavement Entertainment. Alpha Bionic is the follow-up to 2016's release of The Ghost Parade. Also, their latest music video, Systematic Chaos, is out now as well, so you want to get out and check that out. So, welcome back to the show, stranger.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back.
Yeah, glad to have you back on here and talk about the new album, Alpha Bionic. So, we're going to be talking about that. And I want to ask this right off the bat because I've been seeing a lot of stuff about the sound has changed. You guys have changed. Now, I've noted that you guys, personally, the look has changed. I sense a little bit of change, but not a whole lot.
Right. Yeah, I mean, our look has changed, and I mean, that's a reflection of the music, too. But, I mean, it's still Gabriel and the Apocalypse. I mean, it's still us, but I think it's, it's a grown-up sound. It's more polished and refined. And because a lot of our previous records are raw, and we wanted more of a polished sound, and I think we really achieved that. And I mean, we're always so open to try new ideas and try different music. And I think it has more of an upbeat, more synth base than our previous records. But it's still very Gabriel and the Apocalypse.
Yeah, because I've been seeing some stuff out there. I'm like, well, wait a second, folks. It's changed a little bit, but it's not actually dramatically changed.
Right, right, definitely.
So I was like, hold up. Don't be saying stuff. Lord. How's it been working with Pavement Entertainment still? I mean, you guys are still right there with them.
We are. I absolutely love Pavement. They've been really hands-on with us, and they really believe in our vision, and they've never asked us to change who we are as, artists. And I think that's hard to find, I mean, different labels, they want to change you. They want to mold you into something that you aren't. And we've always had the freedom to be creative and the freedom to be who we are. And I think, it's really valuable, and it means a lot to us. And that's what really turned us on to want to sign with Pavement in the first place. And so they're right by our side, and they're really excited about the record. And, they're awesome.
So Gabriel and the Apocalypse has released their latest music video, Systematic Chaos. Was it hard to choose, Lindy, between the current set of songs on this album, which one would be the first single, let alone a video? And what did you want that first song to say for Gabriel and the Apocalypse, for someone who has not possibly got to hear your music?
I kind of knew right away that Systematic Chaos would be the first single. I think it's a really good representation of the record as a whole. It has that upbeat feel. It has a lot of synth work in it. And so I definitely wanted that to be the first song to represent the record. And originally I had this kind of elaborate story line for the record. And then I decided, for the first video for the record, I don't want people to be distracted by the storyline. I just wanted to come out, on all cylinders. Just us, here's our new song, here's the new image, the new vibe. So yeah, it's pretty, that song just spoke as, this is definitely going to be the first single.
So did you want to do like a concept album? Is that what you were wanting to do?
You know, all of our records are somewhat of a concept or like have a theme. They definitely all do.
Right.
And this record, Alpha Bionic, is based in the future and my look into humanity in the next 30 to 50 years and us as a human race becoming more robotic and blending DNA with technology because we're so in love with technology that it kind of consumes us, and through evolution we become more robotic.
Who directed the music video for Systematic Chaos?
Cody Hoffman of Sievan Media, and he did our video for Behind the Sun and Thrill to Kill, and he did the artwork for the Ghost Parade. He did the liner notes for the new record, except for the cover. We had someone else do the cover. He does all of our merchandise designs, and he used to be in Gabriel Apocalypse, so he just really knows our vision. He knows us as a band and our brand, and so we absolutely love his work and love working with him.
That was going to be my next question. How good is it to work with somebody like that who fucking knows everything what you want? You don't have to tell them pretty
I mean,
much.
it's like I feel so spoiled, you know, because I think that's hard to find. And once you find that, you know, it's just like I just don't feel like I could almost work with anybody else just because everything he does is like he makes the vision come to life and he understands it and he takes it really seriously and he puts all of his heart and soul into it. And so, no, it's really special to have somebody like that to work with.
So what do you hope everyone takes away from this new album or just any of Gabriel and the Apocalypse music in general? What do you hope that they get from any of this?
I mean, it's just so rewarding, you know, people coming to you just saying how your music has helped them or how they relate to the lyrics. You know, I put a lot of heart and soul into the writing and just like, you know, the packaging and the record and the vibe and the feel. And I really want people to be moved by our music. And so I just hope that whatever it is that they're moved by it, you know, or whether they see us live, you know, our live show is crazy and insane and, you know, sexual and, you know, sometimes aggressive. And so I don't know if they're just moved in any way. That's, you know, what I hope for.
Any songs standing out more to you than any right now possible on this album? I mean, I know it's like picking your favorite child or collectible or whatever, but I know it must change.
It's hard to, but I guess I would say Electromechanical because that song is, I think, the most different from any song we've ever written. It has this swing to it. It's really bouncy, and the bridge on it is like really fun and kind of gets stuck in your head. And it's something I think in the past I wouldn't have done, and so I just like it how like different it is, and I love all the synth work in it, and it's a fun song.
Did it take you out of your comfort zone of writing?
It did, because the last part of the song, you know, it's kind of it's not really cheesy, but it's kind of poppy, and it's something I would have never done before. And my producer was like, I had some lyrics written, and he kind of scrambled them around and was like, here, this might be stupid, but try it this way. And I'm like, hey, I'm open to try anything with this, you know? And I really liked it. And then I brought it to our guitar player, and he was like, oh, my God, I hate it. Like, he just did not like it. And but then it grew on him, and then everyone else really liked it. And it was just like, because it was so different from what Gabriel Apocalypse has done before or what I've done before. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of like it. And now it's like, you know, Jake, who didn't like it at first, now it's one of his favorite songs. But I think he was just kind of shocked at first. He was like, what? This does not seem like us at first. But I was like, but a part of being in Gabriel Apocalypse is like, we don't hold ourselves in this box. Like, we're free to experiment. And that's what the record was about. And I wanted to just definitely like go out of my comfort zone. And I totally did.
And that's good that you went out of that box, because there's so many folks that leave shit in the recording studio that I feel like they should have took a chance and put on an album or see how it sounded.
Right. It was like no fear. I had no fear. I was like, I'm just going to go out and just do this and whatever, you know. I mean, I told the producer right away, I'm like, I'm willing to try like anything. Like, let's just do it, you know.
So the album artwork, who did the album artwork?
The cover was done by Cameron Burns. So Cody, who's done everything else for us, I told him the concept of the record and the kind of artwork I wanted. And he's like, you know what? I will do the album layout and everything but he goes, I really think that I have a guy that would just nail the cover for you guys. And I checked out his work, and I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I want. And so we contacted him to do the cover, and it was exactly what I had envisioned. And everyone's been commenting on the cover, and he also does some CGI videos that we're going to be releasing too for one of the songs on the record. And just, as I said, just trying different things, you know. And
I got to say this, you've been in this for a while. It's hard to get an album cover exactly what you're looking for. And for somebody to knock it out of the ballpark, that makes it that more special, I think.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So who produced the album on Alpha Bionic?
We have two local producers in Minnesota. It was Wally J and John Wheeler. And they're people that we've worked with here and there on different projects. Wally J has been our producer since 2011. And when we started writing the new material, I felt like something was missing, and I suggested, I think we need to get John Wheeler involved in this, because he has a band here in Minneapolis, and it's like synth pop, and his synth work is amazing. And I really wanted this record to be full of synth and somewhat kind of dancey vibe to it, you know? And so we got John involved, and he was a big, big part of, you know, the producing part of it.
Working with these guys, did they push you? I don't know. Did they push you hard on it? Did they actually bring out something that you didn't bring out before, possibly?
Yeah, I definitely think. I mean, if it wasn't for, you know, the team that we had, it wouldn't be the record that it is. And that's why I felt, you know, we needed to get certain people involved in it to achieve the type of record we wanted. And once we had them on board, everything started to kind of take shape. And it was like, yes, this is exactly, you know, what we were looking for, you know. And then we had Ulrich Wild mix and master it, who, you know, he did Wisconsin Death Trip, and he's done work for Deftones and Pantera and Zombie, and done some of our favorite records. And so that was just like the cherry on top to have Ulrich Wild mix and master the project. And it just kind of all came together, and it's just like I couldn't be happier with how it turned out.
How much growth musically have you seen this band, and including yourself, go through up to the release of this album from the previous album, The Ghost Parade? Or has it just been more of a personal growth for each of you from album to album?
I think it's always album to album. We always try to push ourselves and outdo the previous record. And, you know, with The Ghost Parade, half the record was already a couple years old when we started recording the second half of the record, you know. So I was really excited to kind of start off fresh with a clean slate with a new record. And just, you know, as a person, I feel like to The Ghost Parade, that was such a personal, raw, emotional record. And that changed me as a person. It changed me as an artist. And that's a reflection, you know, with Alpha Bionic. It is a more grown-up sound and a polished sound. And I definitely think that you can hear and see the growth.
You know, it's funny you mention that, because I've heard other artists say, you know, I wrote this album and I'm not the same person after I wrote this album. And,
right.
and to me, I'm like, well, how does that happen? I mean, you're a musician. Explain it to me. Why does that change you as a person, you think?
You know, I guess, I mean, for me personally, in The Ghost Parade, it was a really personal record. I typically, especially like a whole album, like almost the entire record was personal. And I really never had put myself out there like that before.
Right.
And which is what it's about. And when I went through and the emotional parts, and after all of that, I felt as a person, maybe I became more guarded. I had also grown up. I had also developed this thick skin, and I just felt different. And I felt like, okay, I'm ready to write a record, and it's going to be completely different from The Ghost Parade, you know, because like I was in a completely different state with The Ghost Parade. I was fragile and sensitive and sad, and, you know, so I think with anybody, though, as a person, you're going to change, you know, and I guess with an artist, like, you just can hear it and see it more because the records, the songs are a reflection of that.
And I can tell from our previous interview from 2016 to now, you've got a stronger and conviction voice. It's more strong.
Yeah. Thanks. So. Yeah. I feel like I just had to grow up, or I had to become stronger, you know, I really did. And yeah. it's interesting that you know that, or you can hear that.
Yeah. It is, because I remember, like I said, I remember 2016, like you said, it was a lot of emotion and part of your life that was written about. And
right.
But now it's like spot on, going right on. You don't give a fuck. That's I can tell
right.
the
No,
difference.
I do. I feel like I have that kind of attitude now. I really do. That's just, it did, but I guess, that's life, and you go through these different chapters, and, this is kind of where I'm at right now. And through that with the Ghost Parade and what I had experienced, this is just like I shed my skin, and this is kind of who I am right now,
It's therapy. I've said it 1,000 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you like to do anything differently, Lindy, when you come into the recording studio and you're getting ready to do the writing and recording process? Do you like to do anything differently that helps you keep your mind fresh and open to not get bored with it or let it get stale?
Oh, man, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I tried to, I don't know, like with Alpha Bionic, I was watching different documentaries to get inspired, like about the future, about like humans being in relationships with robots. Like, it was just really weird, just kind of uncomfortable things, just to try to get my mind thinking, get inspired. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, you think you have writer's block, but you just got to get inspired. You got to go talk to somebody. Sometimes just having a conversation with somebody, and it's like, it gets your head going. You start thinking and having ideas. But I know I can't pinpoint anything exactly, though.
If it ever gets to that point where I have to have a relationship with a robot, just go ahead and kill me now.
Right. No, I was like, because like with Alpha Bionic, it's futuristic, it's about, becoming more robotic. So I was like, I'm going to watch this documentary. It was so interesting. Like, they prefer to be in a relationship with a robot. I was like, oh my God, where are we headed? Where the fuck are we headed? Yeah. And then so electromechanical was kind of like, was inspired a little bit about me turning into a robot, and not having any feelings anymore. And, so that's kind of where that was inspired.
I know your guys' live show is pretty out there, but what can fans expect at a show from Gabriel and the Apocalypse who have not got to see you guys live as of yet?
Every show is different. It's unpredictable. Things get crazy. That's the one thing that it's just exciting for me, for when people see us, and especially for the first time, they always talk about the energy and how crazy we are, and how, wow, I haven't seen a band like that since like the 90s get, crazy like that. I mean, we're really inspired by like old Nine Inch Nails or American Head Charge or Manson, and just to kind of keep that aggressive live show alive, and I don't know, there's always somebody getting, a tooth knocked out, or,
yeah.
Getting jumped on or spit on, or, snot on you, blood. I mean, anything. It's just, anything goes, really,
Yeah. Like the old punk rock days, the ska days and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. We all just love that, and we want to keep that alive, and I don't think you really see that as much anymore. And, we're all banged up, after we play, but we love it. We live for that.
So, of course, we're in a digital era now of getting albums out quicker. And plus now we have social media to reach out to more folks who have not got to hear of Gabriel and the Apocalypse. Are you liking this now for the band?
It's like, for me, it's like a double-edged sword. I think it's great. So, we have through social media, we can have that personal relationship with our fans. But then at the same time, for me, I've never downloaded a song in my life. Like, I don't even know how to download a freaking song. Like, I still buy CDs. I think it's really important to get the whole package, the artwork. That is something that is connected to, the songs. And I think a part gets missed if you don't have that, and it's not in your hands. Like, I feel if it's not in your hands, it's like almost like it's not real. And, so I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it.
I like digital, but I also like to have the physical copy of the CD. I'm still a CD guy. That's
right.
me. I have over 1,200, 1,300 CDs in my room.
Damn.
I that's how much I support you fuckers.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I love that.
It's like, I'll buy the digital copy just so that way you get some extra money, but I will go out and buy the physical copy too.
Mm-hmm. Right. No, and we appreciate that. But yeah, I think it's a huge part of it. It's 50% of what a record is, I feel. Because for us, the album artwork, the liner notes, it's super important. We put a lot of time and thought into what it's going to be.
What does Gabriel and the Apocalypse bring to the table for music that's not out there as of right now, if anything possibly differently?
I guess I would say, I mean, for me, a lot of the things that are on the radio right now, it's the same formula, or it's just people copying other artists because that formula worked. And so for me, I don't feel like the passion in it. It just seems kind of redundant. And for us, we've always made music that we like, not what music like, oh, what do you think that people are going to really like? Let's write a song like that. You know, we write music that we like, and we stay true to that, and we stay true to the art of it. And I don't know. I mean, it's just we maintain that artistic integrity, and that's always been really important to us. And so I feel like we are edgy, we're artistic, but yet we still have that mainstream quality that we still could be a mainstream band, but we still have that edge to us, and we aren't so overly polished or so overly done, and we still have that rock and roll attitude. And I don't know, you see our live show and it's fucking rock and roll, and we're spitting on each other, and I just, I love that. Like, yeah. I want to keep that alive and bring that back.
It's like the female version of fucking Alice Cooper, folks.
Right,
There you go. So, what made you want to become a musician? What was that spark for you, Lindy, that said, yeah, that's what I want to do?
Ever since I was really young, my parents, when I grew up, they played in bands, and they actually still play in bands. And so music was always a part of my life. My dad would, turn the PA on for me, and I would start singing. And then I learned how to play guitar and bass, and I started my real rock band playing live shows when I was 11. And when I played like the 7th grade talent show, that's when I realized, like, wow, this is really what I want to do. And I was painfully shy. I played in front of the entire school. I was so nervous. But then once, everyone started screaming and cheering, and it was just like, wow, this is what I want to do. So I always pursued it. It's been my life ever since.
Have you seen the local support gotten better for you guys now compared to the Ghost Parade before it came out up till now?
I think so, definitely. I think that there's kind of a buzz, and people they've always been really supportive. We have great fans. They've always been really supportive, but I think that just keeps growing, and there's the buzz, every time we do a tour or release something. And so we're really, really fortunate. But I think on the other side of that, there comes like, then people all of a sudden come out of the woodwork, and they're mad and they hate you now too for no reason. So it's been interesting.
Or and you hear the ones, you sold out. What do you mean we sold out?
Right. Right. Yeah.
We're playing what we
Or
like.
Today I just heard that since all the money and fame that we've changed, and I'm like, shit, money and fame, we ain't got none of that shit. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, where's my mansion I'm living in? Where's my...
Right. It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
Where's my chauffeur?
Right.
Funny. And you're gonna get that every time. Every time you're gonna get that. And that's just
oh man. And I have to try to like not let it affect me and not let it bring me down. But it's just like my main thing is like I hate when people lie, and so it's just like, oh, all right, well,
It's just nature of the beast, honey. I mean, that's honestly
right.
Is there a country that stands out or shocks you that Gabriel and the Apocalypse get support from, or your music even gets played in that area?
There was a guy from Sweden, I believe, and he came to 8 shows on the last tour we did, and he was front row for every single show. And I just couldn't believe it. Like, wow, and I mean, even now, like, because I run our online store, so I ship everything, and just, seeing the orders that we get for, Germany and, everywhere, it's like, wow, I wonder how they heard about us. You know what I mean? So it's great. It's a great feeling.
Is there a band on the bucket list that you would like to tour with, or maybe even do like an old school album split with?
I think working with Chris Motionless would be really cool. He's kind of like an artist that I've recently discovered, and then like, hey, that's kind of cool. I try to get him on a track for the new record, and I just couldn't find the right people to, to get in contact with him. But no, I think it'd be really cool working with him or doing a tour. I think doing something with like a tour with Rob Zombie would be awesome. And he's vegan too, as you know, so like we would have so much in common, and it'd be awesome. We'd be like, you know, juicing fruits and vegetables before we play, you know. It's like, I think it'd be cool. Who knows?
Folks, you want to get out and pick up Gabriel and the Apocalypse's new album, Alpha Bionic, that comes out this Friday, April the 12th. And you also want to get out and check out their new single that's out right now, Systematic Chaos, via Pavement Entertainment. I've been supporting this band since day one, and I'm glad to see that they're getting a little recognition, and they deserve it because they busted their ass off just like everybody else has. So
Thank you so much.
No, you're very welcome. How can folks stay in touch with you guys? Of course, buy merchandise, tour dates, tickets. How can you do that, Lindy?
GabrielApocalypse.com. We run our website, so we try to update that with the tours, the festivals that we're doing, with any new releases, music videos. Our merch stores on there that we run. So I would say, GabrielApocalypse.com, or our Facebook that we run, and Instagram. So we're pretty hands-on, and we try to message everyone back if we can. So that's definitely, you know, we're constantly posting like what's happening at Camp Gata.
Before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for my show?
Let's do it. All right. This is Lindy Gabriel from Gabriel and the Apocalypse, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Radio Network. Please get out and check out our Facebook page. It has our podcast link plus our YouTube link, and hopefully soon a Twitch link. And also get out and check out Gabriel and the Apocalypse. They got some good stuff out there. Like I said, I've supported this band since 2016. So, as always, Lindy, keep your head down on the road and keep rocking it out for us.
Thank you. Keep in touch.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.